Vinaigrette is a classic sauce. It's been around forever in the food world. It's a mixture of oil and vinegar, two things that do not like to hang out together. But by adding a few other ingredients, you can get them to stay together or in suspension and make a delicious vinaigrette for your salad. So here's the big tip. It's a simple ratio. 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. If you know that much, you can make a vinaigrette. So I'm going to make a vinaigrette using some balsamic vinegar. I'm going to measure about 1/4 cup of balsamic. Put that in my bowl. We're going to add some mustard, and that's one of the reasons why I always want to start with the vinegar. I want that mustard to dissolve a little bit in the vinegar. If I put it right into the oil, it would stay clumpy, and that is not what I want. So whisk that vinegar and mustard together. That's one of those items that are going to help keep the oil and vinegar in suspension. The other thing, sugar. A little bit of brown sugar in there. You can use white sugar too if you prefer. And now I'm going to add some flavor to my vinaigrette. I'm going to add a little bit of chopped shallot and some fresh herbs. Here I have some chive and some tarragon. That goes into the vinegar. Everything into the vinegar first, including some salt. A little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. By putting everything into the vinegar first, you get all those flavors to dissolve. You get the clumps of the mustard to dissolve. Everything goes into the vinegar. Once it's all mixed together, then we start to add our oil. We're gonna go for 3/4 cup of oil. And this is when I wanna use my extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil refers to oil that is from the first cold pressing of the olive. So it is the nicest part of the olive oil. Now, you don't have to worry too much about whisking it in and doing it slowly or anything like that, because we're just gonna put it all together. We're gonna whisk it. If it falls out of suspension or separates, we whisk it back together again. Now, of course, before you serve your vinaigrette or before you pour it on anything, you need to taste it. But it's important to taste it on whatever it is you are serving it on. For instance, if you're gonna use butter lettuce like this, it's gonna taste different than if you're putting it on arugula, which is peppery. So, taste it on a little bit of the lettuce. Quite nice. Season it up, and then you're good to go. Now you can store this in a mason jar in the refrigerator for 2-3 weeks, no problem. And you've made a lot at one time, so you're ready to go all week long. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of the basics, click over here. If you'd like to learn about the oil and vinegar cruet I used, click over here. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, put them in the comments below.